Hello and welcome to Accounting Information Systems here at University of Maryland Global Campus. I am your host, Dr. B. I would like to first and foremost welcome you to the class, and I hope that you enjoy our 8 weeks together. In this first week, I wanted to discuss what you'll be learning and a couple of key pieces of information I think that will help you to be successful during this first week. So this course is about accounting information systems, and it's important that we understand what accounting information systems are. These systems are used to provide information to end users that report on economic activities of the business. And it's important that we follow a process in establishing our accounting information system to best understand what it is that we're looking to get out of the system. So the first and foremost thing we need to do is identify who our end users are and what is the needs of those users. What kind of information are they looking for? We would then design the accounting information system to meet those needs of the users. And the accounting information system provides a record of economic data about the business, activities and events. Essentially what that means is the system is recording transactions from the business and providing reports based off of those transactions. And those reports are prepared for the end users, the people who need to see that information. That is the general concept of an accounting information system. It's important to understand that accounting information systems are not just software. They're not just hardware, software, computerized components of information. It's more than that. An accounting information system really does track the accounting cycle through the process, and it displays that information in a meaningful way for the end users. This diagram shows the 5 steps to developing an accounting information system that we just talked about, and it shows the cyclical nature of the system. And of course, the first and foremost thing we do is identify the users. And users could be users within the company and outside the company. As you learned from the principles of accounting courses, internal users are people like managers and other employees of the company. External users are creditors, investors, customers, government agencies, individuals outside the company. Once we know who those users are, we can figure out what kind of information they need to see. Internal users would be interested in looking at things like job order cost sheets or budget information or other cost information or other internal managerial financial reports. That's what internal company users would be interested in seeing. External company users would be interested in seeing the published financial statements, the income statement, the balance sheet, the statement of cash flows, the statement of retained earnings. And who's interested in seeing those financial statements? Investors, creditors, the government. Now, you might be asking, well, why would the government be interested in seeing that? For taxation reasons, of course. But all of those financial statements are used by external users of the financial information. And after we've identified the users and what they need to see, we can then develop a proper accounting system. The vast majority of companies in the United States will use what I like to call off-the-shelf computer software, typically like QuickBooks or Sage or NetSuite by Oracle, or one of the many accounting systems software out there today. I will say this though, it's important that you, as the business owner or manager, you identify, after you've identified who your users are and what they need to see, you can customize the access of the users of the accounting information system, and you could also customize what it is that those users see, which is all part of the design process. And through that design process, you can identify, you can classify things like transactions, where they get posted to, how they look in the financial reports, etc. That's all part of the design process. In step 4, we're recording the business transactions that are then in step 5 displayed as the financial statements or other internal reports. And that information gets, of course, relayed to the users, whether they be internal, external, or both. And then it goes through the process again. We don't typically keep redesigning the accounting system throughout the accounting cycle, but we do ensure that the accounting system maintains its integrity. And that's something we'll talk about in later conversations. But this is just a very general design of an accounting information system and how information flows. So it really is through the 5-step process is how we develop accounting information systems. Now I want to talk about how the accounting information system works within the accounting cycle. As you learned back in your principles of accounting courses, you learned about the accounting cycle. The accounting cycle starts with a transaction, a business transaction. You bought or sold something, whether it was a service, whether it was inventory, whatever it was, it's called a transaction. And that transaction gets recorded through what we call the journal entry process. There's a debit account and a credit account, and we know that the debits need to equal the credits, and that the debit account and the credit account have an impact on the accounting equation. The accounting equation, as you remember, is assets equals liabilities plus equity. And that accounting equation is always in balance. And then once the journal entry has been made, we post it to what we call the general ledger through subsidiary ledgers. That's all in the posting process. And at the end of our our fiscal year, or at the end of our fiscal time period, our accounting period, month, quarter, semi-annual, annual. At the end of the accounting period, we prepare what's called the trial balance. The trial balance ensures that our debits equal our credits. It ensures that our accounts are properly balanced. That's the purpose of the trial balance. And you might use a worksheet to from the trial balance to prepare adjusting entries. Worksheet is typically an optional step within the accounting cycle. Not all businesses use worksheets after preparing the trial balance before they prepare adjusting entries. However, some do. It's totally dependent on the preference of the company. It's a good practice to use it because it certainly does help you to maintain a proper balance. Once the worksheets have been created, if you decide to go that route, the next step, of course, will be preparing the adjusting entries. The adjusting entries are used to account for the consumption of certain things throughout the year that we through the accrual process, right? An example of an adjusting entry would be to debit insurance expense and to credit prepaid insurance. We know that insurance is consumed throughout the year. We might prepay that insurance at the beginning of the year to cover the entire year. So we would need to make adjusting entries at the end of each accounting period and of each month, where we are representing the consumption of that insurance. So we would debit insurance expense and credit prepaid insurance. That's an adjusting entry that we would make. And of course, there's other examples of that, but they're typically used to account for the consumption of accruals. And then, of course, after we've made our adjusting entries, we would then prepare our financial statements. Income statement, balance sheet, statement of cash flow, statement of retained earnings. We would prepare our financial statements. And then at the very last step of the accounting cycle, as you know, is closing the books. What do we mean by that? We are going to zero out our temporary accounts, which are our income accounts and our expense accounts. We'll close those out through the reconciliation process. We would then, of course, ensure that our permanent accounts are properly balanced and close the books through our closing entries. And then, of course, we start the next accounting period with the beginning of the accounting cycle through the transactions and journal entries, and it goes around and around. It's a continuous process, and we do this every accounting period. But you all remember that from your Principles of Accounting courses. Now, what does all that mean for an accounting information system? Well, the accounting information system follows the accounting cycle. The information obtained in the system, of course, is going to be different from business to business and different from industry to industry. But the information will include revenue, expenses, customer information, employee information, tax information, etc. And we take all of that data from the transactions, we put it into the accounting information system, and it helps us to, of course, generate the financial statements. Specific information might include things like sales orders, purchase requisitions, invoices, check registers, inventory, payroll ledgers. The trial balance and the financial statement information are all housed within the accounting information system. So the best way to think about an accounting information system is we are gathering data from our transactions, entering it into a system, a database, if you will. And that database helps us to generate the financial statements. It also helps us to figure out what our taxes are going to be. It figures out what my payroll should be. It tells me what my inventory levels are. All of that information is housed within the accounting information system. And it directly correlates with the accounting cycle. As I go through the accounting cycle, all of that information helps me to complete the accounting cycle using the accounting information system. Now, accounting information systems, as I had said earlier, they're not just hardware, they're not just software, they're a little bit of all of the above. Plus, it includes things like manual processes. Primarily, we use software to manage our accounting information system, and that software helps us to generate the financial statements based off of the transactions, etc. It's a lot more than just that. And so one thing I want you to do is take a look at the different kinds of software out there for accounting information. And you'll see that there is no such thing as a one size fits all. There are many, many versions of software out there for accounting information systems. And it's important that you understand your needs as a business owner or as a manager, what kind of information you need to see. That's why it's important that we know who our users are. Once you know your users and you know what your users need to see, we can select a piece of software that best fits our needs. And again, it's not a one size fits all solution. There's a lot of different types of software out there to help you do this. And so I want you to take a look at these two. One is called Sage, which is accounting software, and the other one is called QuickBooks, which is also accounting software. And there's more than that. There's hundreds of softwares out there that are designed to help you to manage your accounting. But I will say they all have different nuances when it comes to the type of information that you're able to see. And so I want you to take a look at Sage and QuickBooks just for comparison purposes, just kind of get an understanding of what they look like. And so I'm going to show you a short video for Sage, then I'll show you some links, and then I'll show you a short video for QuickBooks, show you some links, and we'll talk a little bit more.
With our most advanced small business accounting software yet. We understand that getting paid on time is critical to the cash flow of every small business. And chasing late payments is time-consuming and awkward. That's why Sage Accounting makes it so easy to get paid, so you're less likely to have to ask twice. Take our easily customizable invoices, for instance. You can create professional invoices that best represent your brand. Just add your company logo, payment terms, and bank details. Built-in card payment support means you can quickly take payment details over the phone, or you can add a Pay Now button so customers can pay instantly from their own device. So once you hit send, your customers instantly receive the invoice wherever they are and can pay using a method that's easiest for them and quicker for you. You can also track the progress of your invoices, so you always know where you stand with your customers and payments. And of course, being paid on time keeps your cash flow, not to mention your stress levels, healthy. With automated bookkeeping, Sage lets you focus on what matters most, and there's no need to worry about losing receipts either. You can just snap them on the go and upload them directly to Sage. And with Auto Entry by Sage, all the receipt information is automatically extracted, categorized, and posted to Sage Accounting with complete accuracy, so you won't have to manually enter data again. When it comes to banking, we support all the big names, as well as the new ones. So at no added cost, you can simply connect to your account, and your bank transactions will flow effortlessly and securely into Sage Accounting. With Smart Bank rules applied, Sage Accounting will automatically categorize incoming transactions for you. So those invoices you sent and receipts you captured are automatically matched to the corresponding payment as soon as it's received. And with just a click of a button, you can post straight to the ledger. This can reduce time spent on data input by 80%. Sage Accounting is built to flex around how you do business, as well as being able to access your books when and where you want. This means you can connect to other apps you need to run your business and ensure data flows between them, minimizing your data entry and ensuring accuracy. Intuitive visibility of key information to help you make informed decisions. So, for example, you can always see your cash flow position and understand who you owe or who owes you. And with dozens of powerful reports at your fingertips, it's easy to identify trends and drill down into business performs at its best. You can tailor reports specifically for your business, export them into a spreadsheet for further analysis, and easily share them with other members of your team. When doing tax returns, Sage Accounting lets you calculate, validate, and submit them with ease. And with the ability to invite your accountant and colleagues and manage their access rights, collaborate together more easily, securely, and in real time. With an inbuilt audit trail, you can keep track of every user's activity, so you have peace of mind that your books have been updated correctly. Plus, having all your receipts, invoices, and bank transactions in one place means the hard work is already done. As a result, you and your accountant can agree and submit your GST, HST returns in just a few clicks with the confidence that it's all up to date, accurate, and compliant. It's easy to get started, and we'll help you along the way. Our step-by-step in-product guidance gives you all the information you need, whatever your level of expertise. To find out more, visit sage.com today.
So a couple key takeaways from that video. One of them being the dashboard. The dashboard is what we would call data visualization of our company's financial information. Data visualization is very critical to the success of a business because you're able to see quickly in a dashboard snapshot, if you will, the overall financial health of the company. And that is very, very helpful to a business owner to be able to see that information in real time. And real time is so important when it comes to accounting information systems because the information updates as the information comes in. And so that is absolutely paramount to the success of a business. Now, I want to point out these two links. You'll be able to see this in the PowerPoint presentation posted. Feel free to explore looking at the accounting information systems, the software yourselves, by using the trials. The trials can be really helpful. There's also a bunch of YouTube videos out there that help to show you the nuances of each accounting system software, and that to me is a nice feature. So please feel free to explore, try the trial versions out, and that will also help you in this course, especially when it comes to one of your papers. Now, the next accounting information system software I want to show you is QuickBooks, which is used by the vast majority of small businesses in the United States. And this software is made by Intuit. They also make several other pieces of software for various purposes. One of those being TurboTax. It is made by Intuit. There's a one called Mint, also owned by Intuit. And there's several other softwares that they have developed for specifically for businesses. And this is what I've used personally for the better part of 15 years now. And it is very efficient software. So I do want to show you this video as well.
This is Mark from the QuickBooks team. Welcome to QuickBooks Online. Let's go over where everything is in QuickBooks so you can start using it to manage your business efficiently. QuickBooks has two different views. Business View is tailored to someone running a business without an accounting background. Accountant View is our classic view that's familiar to accountants and people with accounting knowledge. You can change your view by going to the Settings menu. We'll show you the rest of QuickBooks in Business View. In Settings, you can also do things like add and manage users, manage your billing and subscription info, and set your preferences so QuickBooks is optimized to work for your business. Get Things Done gives you a quick way to access the most common tasks in QuickBooks, like creating invoices, paying bills, and accessing reports. In Business Overview, you can see an overview of your cash flow, invoices, expenses, and your bank accounts once you've connected them to QuickBooks. Linking these is an important first step for using QuickBooks. You can track your expenses and profitability by project here if you have QuickBooks Online Plus or Advanced. In banking, you can open a QuickBooks-powered business bank account, find a small business loan, and even get your business credit score. In Get Paid and Pay, you'll find your money in options like customers, invoices, products and services, and payment links. And here, you'll find your money out options and who you have to pay. Payroll is where you pay your employees or contractors, track time in the time center, or stay compliant with workers' comp requirements. In bookkeeping, you'll see a hub for all your bookkeeping tasks. Transactions is where you'll link your bank and credit cards to QuickBooks. When you do, all your transactions automatically and securely come into QuickBooks. In the Manage section, you can set up rules to automatically categorize your incoming bank transactions, view and manage all your accounts in QuickBooks and Chart of Accounts, or track specific groups of transactions with tags. In the Expert section, you can connect with a QuickBooks Live bookkeeper to help manage your books for you. You can also invite your accountant to view your books and reconcile your bank accounts every month. Taxes let you see what taxes you owe. This is also where you will set up your sales tax rates and manage your payroll taxes if you have them. In the Apps Center, connect apps like Square, Etsy, or Amazon Business to QuickBooks. You can also track your business mileage here. When you need to create a new transaction like an invoice or an expense, select New, and you'll see everything you can create for customers, vendors, or employees. Finally, when you find something you have questions about, help is just a click away. Select the help icon to see topics related to the page you're on, search for more info, or contact support. Now that you know your way around a bit, what's next is up to you. Here are some groups of videos that can help you get set up, manage your sales, and keep track of expenses. Choose the ones that are best for you. Welcome to QuickBooks.
So one of the key takeaways from this video is understanding the ability to have customization. Earlier, I had mentioned that it's important that you understand who your users are of the accounting information, because not all accounting software is the same. There is no such thing as a one size fits all. And so there's a lot of customization involved with these types of software. And it's really important that you explore what those types of software are, explore what the various settings are in the software to really best understand which piece of software is best for your company. And so that's the biggest takeaway I have for you from this video. And just as before, I have a trial link and other video links for you. So that way you have the ability to just kind of play around with it and see if it's something that is of your interest for your company. And of course, this will help you with a later assignment in the course. So since this is week one, what's going on this week? What do I have to do? There's a discussion on accounting information systems misconceptions. And we talked about these throughout the past few minutes. Accounting information software is not just software. There's also, of course, manual processes involved. And it's not just, again, it's not just pieces of software either. There's a lot more involved there. And of course, it follows the accounting cycle. So the discussion question for the week is, what has led to the misunderstanding that accounting information systems is only about technology? And for this discussion, please do a little bit of outside research. Also, make sure that you are reading the weekly readings in the classroom. What's due this week? Since it's the first week, there's an academic integrity pledge submission. And you should be reviewing the course projects. Make sure that you read the requirements for writing assignment 1, which is due at the end of the second week. Thank you very much for your time. I sincerely appreciate all of you. And I am looking forward to a wonderful semester together. Thank you so much. Take care.